Hi, this is Anand from designtheway.com, and in this video we will learn how to create this beautiful looking landing page using Elementor Page Builder. We will also trigger a pop-up containing an opt-in form where user can submit their detail and download a free PDF. Once they submit the form, they will be redirected to this thank you page. I will add the template download link in the description below, where you can also get this beautiful looking course landing page and this webinar landing page. So we've got a lot to cover. Let's get started. I'm in the dashboard, but before creating a landing page, we need to understand the role of a landing page. Landing page basically is a standalone page which is different looking from the rest of the pages in a website. The role of a landing page is to capture new leads and take them to a sales funnel. Overall, this is the role of a landing page. Similarly, we will be creating this landing page where a user can download this free PDF in exchange of their email address. For this, we'll be using Astra theme. You can use any theme you want. And in the plugins, we'll be using Elementor Page Builder and Elementor Pro. Though you can achieve the results with some free plugins as well, I will be showing along the way. Then we will create this pop-up and then add a form to it and then attach it to a email service provider. Here we will be using MailChimp simply because it's free. So let's start creating our very own landing page. Let's go to pages and click add new. I will name the page lead magnet lead lead magnet landing page. Let's click publish and then publish again. Let's view the page. This is our page. Now let's get back to the edit page and now click edit with Elementor. First thing, let's remove this default header and footer. For this, I will be using the Elementor canvas template. It will give me a complete blank page. So let's update the page. For my convenience, I have added the colors in my color picker. Now let's start building our landing page. Click on this plus icon. Let's click on this single column. I will add a background color to it. Style, background type, and I will choose this color. Okay. Now let's add an inner section to it. I just need one column, so I will delete one. Now I will add the logo. For this, I will use an image widget. And now let's choose the image. This is my logo. Let's insert it. Now I will add another inner section just below the logo. Let's add some text to it. For this, I will be using the heading widget. I will change the text to this 7 yogas to improve your memory. Now we'll add a little description. For this, I will use text editor and change the text to this. Now we need to add a button. Let's use the button widget. I will change the text to this. Download the free ebook. Now let's set it to medium. Now let's change the button color. Go to style and change the background color to this. Now for the text, you can change the color individually, but I like to control it from the section itself. Let's go to the section, go to style, go to typography and change the heading color to white, and for the text color I will use this color. Okay, now let's go to the heading. I want the heading to be a bit thicker. Let's go to style and the typography. I will use Popups font. Let's set the width to bold. Let's set the font size to 50 px. And for the description, I think the description is fine. And now let's make the button a bit bigger. Let's go to typography and set the font size to 25 px and font family to Open Sans and width bold. It looks much better now. Now on the other side I will add the PDF image. Let's select this one. Let's get back to the main section, layout, and change the content position to middle. It looks much better now. Now we need to add some spacing to this section. Let's go to advanced. Let's unlock this. Set the top padding to 50 px and the rest 10 px each. Let's see. Yeah, it looks much better now. Now let's make the background a bit tilted. For this, let's choose the main section and go to shape divider. We'll be using the tilt in the bottom, so click on bottom, and from the type let's choose tilt. Okay, I want the tilt in the opposite direction, so I will click flip, and now let's increase the height. Let's take it to the edge of this book. Let's take it to 259. I guess it's perfect. Now let's update the page for now. Let's preview it. Yeah, it's looking beautiful. There's one thing I think we need to adjust the spacing here. Let's select this text editor and the margin section. I think we need to adjust the spacing a bit. I think it looks better now. Let's update. Yeah, looking much better. And let's move on to the next section. Let's add a two column section. Let's add some padding to it first. Let's go to the padding, add a top padding of 200 pixel, and then 30 pixel right, 30 pixel left. I forgot to add the padding in the top section. Let's do it now. Padding, right padding 30 pixel, left padding 30 pixel. Now let's get back to the other section. Now here I want to have an image and some bullet points, like what people will get from this PDF. So So let's add the image first. For this, I will use the image widget. Let's choose the image. I will choose this image, insert. Okay, I will add another image widget just below the image. Let's drag it right down here, and I will choose this one. This is the shadow of the image, and in the style I will set the opacity to 0.5. Okay, perfect. And in the advanced section, I will change the top margin to around about minus 40 pixel. Now I need to adjust the Z index a bit. Let's go to the top this image, and I will set the Z index to 1. Now it's overlapping the image. On the right column, I will add a heading and change the text to this: how yoga can help you. And the style section, typography, I will choose the Poppins font and set the width to bold and the font size to 40 pixel. Now let's add some bullet points. For this, I will use icon list. Let's drag it here. Let's delete the last two. Let's change the text to this, and in the icons I will use this icon. And in the style section, let's adjust the style a bit. Set the spacing to around about 30. Change the icon color to this pink color and the size to 30 px. And for the text, let's set the font size to around about 18 px and text indent to 10 px. There is a bit of alignment issue. Let's go to the typography and set the line height to 1. Now, now it's aligned perfectly. Now let's duplicate this icon. I will duplicate this 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Let's add some spacing to the title. Let's go to title, advanced, and margin bottom 30 px. And let's go to the section and set the content position to middle. Let's update the page. Let's preview it. Looking nice. Let's move on. Now let's add a testimonial section just to show the people have got benefit from this PDF. Click on this plus icon. I will add a single column section. Let's add some padding to it. Unlink this. Now let's add testimonial. Let's add a testimonial carousel here. I will just have one testimonial for now. Let's change the text to this, and the image, let's add this image. In the style section, let's go to content, change the text color to black. And the typography, let's change the font to Open Sans and font size to 25 px. And for the name, let's set the font size to 20 px, change the font family to Open Sans once again, and the title, change the color to black as well, and font size to 15 px. Let's set the image size to 100, gap to 10. Now let's add an icon. Let's drag it up here. I will change the icon to quote left, alignment to left, and the style, we'll set the size to 250 px, and the color to this color. And the advanced section, let's set a margin bottom to 160 minus 160 px. Now let's select the entire section, go to style and change the background color to this. Now I want another shape divider. Let's go to the top and choose tilt. Let's flip it, and let's set this height to around about 239. So we have our testimonial section ready. Now let's add another call to action section. Click on this plus icon, select a single column section. Let's change the background color to this. In the advanced section, change the padding to this. Now let's copy this text. Right click, copy, come down here, right click, paste. Now let's copy the button, right click, paste it here. Let's select this section. Let's go to style, typography, text, set the text line to center, headline to white. And let's select the headline. Let's add a bit of margin bottom, set it to 20. I think it looks good. Now let's do one more thing. Let's add another tilted background to this section at the bottom. Now at the bottom, select tilt, let's flip it, change the color to this one, and set the height to 239. Let's update the page. Looking good. One thing I forgot to do, let's change this title from H2 to H1, because this is our main title. Now I think the page is complete. Let's add a footer section. Click on this plus icon. Let's add this section again. Let's go to style, change the background color to this. I will add a simple text here. Let's change the text to this. Set the alignment to center, text color to white. Now let's add some padding to this section. Padding top 25 pixels. Let's update the page. With that, our page is ready. Just to let you know, this testimonial carousel is only available with Elementor Pro. You can use some free add-ons, Elementor add-ons, in case you don't have Elementor Pro for this testimonial section. Since our page is ready, now let's add some animation to it to make it look even better. Let's get back to the editor. Let's select this title and go to advanced, and in the motion section go to entrance animation, and I will choose fading up. And then for this description as well, go to advanced, fading up. And for the button as well, and for this book, fading right. Let's see how it looks like. Let's update the page. Looking beautiful. Now let's move on. For this particular section, I will be using some advanced animation which is only available in Elementor Pro. So you won't be able to do this unless you have Elementor Pro. Let's select this image, go to advanced, motion effect. I will click scrolling effect, and the vertical section I will set it to up. I will keep it to up. And for this shadow, let's go to advanced, motion effect, scrolling effect, vertical scrolling. I will set this one to down and this position to around 53. And and then in the transparency section, I will choose fade out and this position to around 56. Now let's see how it looks. Wow, it's looking beautiful. Look at this effect. Let's get back to the editor. And for the remaining section, I don't think we need to add any animation to it. Now let's check the responsiveness of this template. Click here, click on tablet. Okay. First thing, I think we need to set this to 100%. I don't want this to be side by side. Let's change the column width to 100%. And this one to, let's align the text to center. Go to the title, content, choose center. And for the text as well, content, and then center. And for the button as well, content, center. And for this animation, I don't think it would look, it might cause some problem in responsive view. So let's remove it from the tablet and mobile view. Select this image, let's go to advanced and click remove mobile and tablet. Same for this shadow. So the animation is only available in the desktop view. And the remaining looks good. Let's check the mobile view now. We need to add some spacing here, and for the button I think we need to remove this border radius. Let's set this to 0 for this one, and for this one as well. Okay, now to add the space, let's select this section, go to advanced. In fact, we can set this in the desktop version as well. Let's set this button 60 pixel. Let's see it in the mobile view and tablet first. Yes, it has nice space here, and the mobile view it has some space as well. Let's update the page. Awesome, it's looking beautiful. So our landing page is ready and it's fully responsive. Now the next part is to trigger a pop-up when we click on this button here or here. Now for pop-up solution, there are many options you can choose from, like opt-in monster, which is a standalone product which can be used in any website including WordPress. Similarly, there are dedicated WordPress plugins, paid plugins like Thrive Leads, and there are some free plugins like Popup Maker which can be used for creating pop-ups. But if you are using Elementor Pro, then you don't need any of these. You can create the pop-up within Elementor. So let's do this. Let's close this windows first. Let's get back to the editor and let's move on to the dashboard. Creating a pop-up in Elementor is very simple. Go to the template and click on pop-ups. Click on add new pop-up. Let's name the pop-up. I will name it lead magnet pop-up. Click on create template. Here you will find lots of pre-designed pop-ups, but we won't be using this. Let's close this window. For the initial setting, I will set the width to 800 and we'll set the entrance animation to zoom in. Now let's start creating the pop-up. Click on this plus icon. I will choose two column section. Let's click on this and set the column gap to no gap. Here I will add an image. Let's choose the image. I will choose this book image again and set the size to custom height to 400, and I will add some padding to this section. To advanced, set the padding to 50 px. And for the background color of this section, I will go to the background. Let's go to the gradient. Let's set this color to this and the second color to this. So to this, and set the type to radial. Now let's add some text here. So the heading, change the text to this, set the heading type to h3, and style, set the font size to 25 px, font width to bold. Let's add some text as well. Let's drag it here, add this. Now similarly in this section we will add some padding and select this one and set the content position to middle. Now let's add the form. For form, there are three options you can choose from. First, if you're using Elementor Pro, you can use the built-in Elementor Pro form. This one. Just drag it up here. It's as simple as that. Or you can use third-party plugins like WP Forms, Ninja Forms, Gravity Forms. But remember, when you're using a third-party plugins like these, you may need to buy additional plugins to connect it with your email service provider. Third option is to use embedded code like this one. Most email service provider will provide an embedded code for their forms. You can grab that code and paste it directly in the pop-up. But here I will be using the Elementor Pro form. Now let's start editing the form. Selecting, I will remove this message box. The submit button, I will change the text to this, and the styles, I will change the button color to this, and the content, I will remove the labels. The form is ready. Now let's publish it. For this instance, we do not need to create any display conditions, trigger or advanced rules. Let's just save and close. Now the form is ready. Let's preview this page. Great, the pop-up is working. Now we have a couple more things to do. First, we need to show the pop-up on a click of this button, and next we have to attach the form with our email service provider. Let's start doing this now. Let's click on edit with Elementor. Let's select this button. Let's click on this dynamic option. Scroll down to this pop-up. Now click here, open pop-up, and now let's click on this drop down. Now start typing the pop-up name. We named it as lead magnet pop-up. Click here. We'll do the same thing for this button as well. Click on it, go to dynamic, pop-up, open pop-up, lead magnet pop-up. Let's update the page. Let's preview it. Now let's check if the pop-up is working or not. Click on this button. Beautiful, it's working perfectly. Let's check this one. This one is working too. Now the next step is to attach the form to our email service provider. For that, I will go back to the form. Now to connect the form to MailChimp, click on this form, go to content, click on action after submit. Click on this field. Here we'll find all the email service provider you can link with the form. I will choose MailChimp here. Now there's a MailChimp tab here. Click on it. Now here it's asking to integrate the API key. Let's get back to the dashboard now. Elementor, click on settings. Click on integration. Here you can integrate with various email service providers and different services as well. Let's find MailChimp. Here it is. There are links below each field where you can find the API key or token key depending on your email service provider. For our instance, we need MailChimp, so click on API key. This is where it shows where can I find the API key. Here is my account. I will go to account, profile, extra, and API key. I currently do not have any API key. I need to generate one. Let's click on create a key. I will copy this. Let's get back to the elementor. Let's paste it over here. Click validate key. It's validated. Now let's save the changes. Let's refresh this page. Reload. Click on this form again. Click here. MailChimp. Now it's integrated. Let's select. I have this list in my account. You can make the sign up process double opt-in, but I'm keeping it single. Let's set the email field to email and name to name. Let's update the page. Save and close. Now let's check the page. Let's delete this and refresh the page. Form is opening. Perfect. We are almost done. Now one final step. We want the user, once they fill up the form, to be redirected to a thank you page where they can take further actions. To save some time, I've already created that. Here is the page. Once they submit the form, they will be redirected to this page. Here you can ask them for some shares, or you can even ask them to register to some webinars. To set up the redirect, let's get back to the form. Click here. Click here. I don't want the email action. I'll remove it. And click on redirect. Click on the redirect tab. Just copy this URL and paste it here. Click on update. Save and close. Let's check the page. We have put together all the parts. Now it's time to test. Let's close all these windows first. Now I will open my MailChimp account. Click on audience. As you can see, I do not have any contacts right now. Let's click here. I will fill up the form. Let's submit the form. Form is submitted and it's successfully redirecting to the thank you page. Now let's check the MailChimp account if it's working or not. Let's refresh the page. As you can see, we have one contact. View the contact. The user is successfully added to my list. One more thing, if you're using the embedded form, you need to set the redirecting option within your email service provider. Check that with the documentation of your email service provider, how to redirect. So we are almost done. Are we? One very important step we are missing. We need to provide the free giveaway that we promised in our landing page. For that, you have to set up an automated email sequence. Once the user is signed up, they will automatically get the free PDF or link to your mini course. I cannot show all the email service provider here. For our instance, I will be showing in the MailChimp. To save some time, I've already set up a campaign here. Let's click on campaign. This is the campaign. Welcome to Yoga and You. Let's click here, edit. Let's pause and edit. Click on edit email. Click on this content. Click on link. Web address. Choose file. Let's upload a file. Desktop. Let's upload this file. Copy the URL. Let's paste it here. Click insert. Let's change the position of this. Let's set it here. Save and close. Click save and continue. Now let's set the trigger here. Click edit. Set the time, set the delay to immediate. Let's update the trigger. So this mail will be triggered immediately after the user is subscribed. Click on next and click on resume sending. Resume sending. So we have successfully set up an automation in MailChimp. For more details, you can check this link here, how to send a file to a new subscriber. I will add the link in the description below. So with that, we have come to the end of this video. I hope you have learned something new and will implement these tactics in your projects. And don't forget to download these templates from the link below, where you will get this landing page along with the webinar landing page and an online course landing page, and of course this thank you page as well. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I'll be happy to help you. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.